Hey everyone, there's never been a better time to watch this video. Act now and be sure not to miss out on this limited time offer. Kidding, I'm not selling anything. I hate marketing phrases, which is why it's pretty annoying and confusing to see that ASUS sell their products under so many different sub-brands. For example, their motherboards are sold as ASUS Prime, TUF-Gaming, ProArt, ROG Strix, and just ROG. But what the heck's the difference? Is one of these sub-brands better than the other? The short answer is yeah, kind of. There is some logic to ASUS's chaotic marketing approach, although in reality I think there is just a bit too much choice here. Let's dive into some examples though, and we'll start with the recent AM5 Ryzen motherboards. Now, prices will vary day by day of course, but in general, Prime are the cheapest ASUS sub-brand. Then you have TUF-Gaming, then ROG Strix, and then you have both ROG and ProArt at the upper end. Of course, the prices don't matter too much though, it's features and quality that we should be more interested in. What you'll probably notice is that the three cheaper motherboards that I'll highlighted are on the B650 chipset, whereas the two most expensive ones are X670, the more premium and powerful Ryzen chipsets. The X670 chipset usually means a more powerful motherboard, in other words, better VRM, more PCI Express lanes, and more I/O support generally, such as having more USB and M2 connectors. Of course, you can get X670 variants with TUF-Gaming and ROG Strix. They cost more than the B60 ones that I covered earlier, but they do exist. Equally, you can get B650 versions from the ProArt sub-brand, although this still works out more expensive than the TUF-Gaming and Prime versions, for example. In other words, ASUS Prime and TUF-Gaming are usually on the more budget end of the spectrum, with ROG Strix in the middle and ROG at the higher end. That's generally true, but what about ProArt? And also, why does ROG Strix have E, F, and A designations on the end of their ATX board names? Well, let's start with ProArt, which is a little bit more niche and it caters more towards creators and designers, hence its name. Many of the better ProArt boards will have improved connectivity options than the other sub-brands, such as having USB 4 support and 10 gigabit Ethernet ports. This compares to the Prime board, for example, I mentioned earlier, that's stuck on USB 3.2 and 2.5 gigs Ethernet. That's kind of why ProArt exists, because many content creators and designers will be transferring very large media files, and so they need the fastest connectors available. Yes, you could still go out and buy an ASUS Prime motherboard that would probably work just fine for content creation, but ProArt is usually better and a bit more specialized for design and creation purposes. ROG Strix is a confusing sub-brand because they offer products at the same sort of price as TUF-Gaming, but they also have very expensive options more at the ProArt and ROG end of the spectrum. I don't know exactly why ASUS want to make things so confusing, but in general, if a ROG Strix motherboard has an E letter at the end, that's the best they offer. ROG Strix E is their premium version. It's not quite as good as ROG or ProArt in general, but it'll be better than ROG Strix F and A. Yep, they exist too, just to confuse us even more. In general though, F and A are usually fairly similar, although A has more style. I could say more on this topic, but even ASUS says this, so I'll just leave it at that. That sums things up, really. ASUS have a bunch of different sub-brands, which is pretty confusing. However, there is some logic to it. I should point out though that you don't need to purchase ProArt products if you plan on being a content creator, for example. I actually have a TUF-Gaming motherboard and directly deal with 4K video files and it all works just fine. If you were going to launch a YouTube or TikTok channel and just use your phone to record, you wouldn't really need some of the extra features from a ProArt motherboard or monitor. However, if you then grew really successful and you went out and bought a proper 6K camera recorder and shot in RAW format, then you might start seeing problems if you only had cheaper ASUS products. All in all though, it's pretty annoying that ASUS have so many different sub-brands here. I don't think that they have a genuine need to have 5 or more different types of motherboard brands, for example. It seems to me like more of a cash grab to confuse consumers with decision paralysis. There's also an element of price anchoring here because ASUS price all of their products so that you know that ROG is better than TUF-Gaming, for example, even if they both have X670 versions of Ryzen motherboards, which would deliver very similar performance to 99% of customers. My recommendation to you is not to overanalyze the product choice here too much. If you're shopping for a monitor, for example, find one that offers the key features that you need, like having FreeSync or 10-bit colors. Then choose a handful of products and look at the reviews of each of them as you normally would do. And that wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please click the thumbs up button. This tells the YouTube algorithm that more people should see this video. Please also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and thank you for watching.